could see.
I know.
Hi guys, this is Jeff Percher from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Underground. Today I'm going to be talking about Hero Beat. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the deck and then explain things as I go. Alright, so I got one Elemental Hero, Stratos, the +1. 3 Elemental Hero, Neo Alias, another Neos. He's the Gemini Spark target, and he's good for Miracle Fusion. I run 2 card D because there are a lot of times where I won't be able to do anything. Like, I'll be top decking and I need to just get ahead. Like, I'll be controlling the game and I just need to make a push. But I can't attack, so I might as well draw cards. It's really great whenever my opponent has, like, Yeti Armor set and, like, maybe I'm sitting on Thunder King and, like, I can't attack over it. So I need to bide time and do something, so I card D, draw into 2 new cards, and hopefully, with that +1 that I get from that, I'll get, like, an answer. It's really great. I run 1 Honest. This is a hand trap, and a lot of people don't see it coming. It's really good against windups whenever they, like, think they got it, and I just have Alias or a Thunder King on the field. Like, it's just great. It just gives me a whole turn to recover. I run 1 Grand Mole because this deck has a hard time getting over, like, big monsters. Like, anything over 2500 or Zenmains is really hard for me to just push over. So I run the 1 Grand Mole just because it's really great against Exceeds. If they have set Gear Armor, I can bounce it back so they can't get their plus for a while and stall until I draw an out. I run Triple Thunder King, which is really great because a lot of people, a lot of people lose, just auto lose to Thunder King, and I run 3 instead of 2 because it's another monster, and this deck has a low monster count, so it's awesome. 1 Cyber Dragon. The reason I run Cyber Dragon is because I've seen it in a lot of locals, like a lot of Machina Gadget stuff, and also, like, it's 2100, so it gets over Gear Armor. And another thing I've noticed that 2100 plus Thunder King 1900 is 4000 life points. That's half. And if I'm poking, it just takes 2 turns to win. And believe it or not, there are a lot of times when I need to end things quickly against, I don't know, just a weird deck that, like, is right now, like, not doing so good. And Cyber Dragon Grand Mole is broken because I go Cyber Dragon and then Grand Mole. And while I'm, like, controlling the game, I can still poke for 2100. And the last monster I run is Gores because of OTKs. This deck loses to things that are unfair, so having the Gores is really awesome. Plus, it's really cool to Honest a Gores token. I run, in the spells, 2 Miracle Fusion, not 3, because if I open up with 3, then I lose. If I open up with 2 and maybe like a Stratos or a card, I can draw into other answers. This deck is really trap heavy, and if I don't have traps, like, it's almost impossible to win. I can't have monster clogged hands or spell clogged hands, so Miracle Fusion at 2 is just right. And it's kind of nice having it late game, but early game is horrible. I run 2 MSTs because there are a lot of things that I have to, like, MST so I can go. You can win games off of MST. Gates of the Dark World is, like, the card that I hate the most, this format. I think it's a very unfair card, so MST is just really great. End phasing MST, and you're fine. If I MST that trap card, that D Prison that was going to take care of my Thunder King, I can still control the game. It's really awesome. 2 Power Duality because Power Duality is broken. 2 Gem Spark because this trap I can activate on my opponent's turn and it can take care of any monster. And I draw a card. If I -1 somebody, like if they try to bottomless my Alias or deprison my Alias and I Gem Spark, take another card, that's a -1 to them, but it's a -1 in a 4-card combo, which is really, really broken. Dark Hole Heavy Storm, Reborn, all obvious cards. I run 1 Rhoda and no E-Call because I get the pluses with card and believe it or not, I don't really need to get that hero engine. It's not that integral. Like, it's really awesome, and it's really great to work from the hero engine and then just go on. But the one Rhoda is sufficient to get the Stratos. Anything else has been dead. I have one Super Poly. A lot of people don't main this because I actually don't know why they don't main it. But I decided to go 2 Gem Sparks, 1 Super Poly because Super Poly, I can work with Stratos, and it can leave me with a monster. And that was the one thing I was really having trouble with. Okay, to my trap card lineup, I'm running 2 Judgment.
2 Warning.
Or 2 Warning, sorry.
It's not God.
I really wish I could run 2 Judgment. 1 Judgment. And then I run 1 Starlight Road. And then 1 Dark Bribe, which is a really cool tech card. This deck loses to things that are unfair. And if I have momentum, then I want to be able to push. And Dark Worlds, I'd rather Dark Bribe a drag down than lose cards in my hand and let them see. I hate Dark Worlds. I will Dark Bribe pretty much anything. Yeah, they do. I actually lost my last game at regionals to that, so hopefully I won't have a repeat. 2D Prison, standard this format. 2 Bottomless, standard this format. 2 Torrential, standard this format. I run 1 Mirror Force because it's better than D Prison because I can get rid of more than 1 monster, and getting rid of unfair things and making people be punished for making grievous misplays is great. 1 Compulse because, you know, it's like Gem Spark getting activated on your opponent's turn. It's okay. You know, it's not the most broke card, but it's pretty freaking good. I run 1 Skill Drain because I hate windups, and it wrecks windups. And I hate Tour Guide. I feel like Tour Guide's one of those unfair things that I can lose to. And like it doesn't really hurt the deck. I can still tribute card car under Skill Drain and draw 2. And if I can stop my opponent from using Rabbit to bounce and stuff, like, that's awesome. It just shuts them down. Okay, into the side deck. When I'm at Ski, I side in like every game because of Royal Decree. It happens. It sucks. 2 Noma Cross out for Gravekeepers, which, you know, it's awesome. A lot of times, like, it just really good to side in 1 against like Dino Rabbit or something you expect out of the Snowman Eater. 1 Super Poly. I do 1 Super Poly because I side out some of my traps because I'm afraid of like Royal Decree and Spell and Trap card hate. So it's really good just to have another card you can activate even if they have Royal Decree, and then they can't even stop you. So it's really great. I run 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror because I hate Dark Worlds and I want to punish them for being darks. 2 Gozen because it wrecks windups. A lot of tech cards I've been running are like My Body as a Shield. And I like Sending, and it's really great. It doesn't really affect the deck that much. Maxis, I side against windups. I don't main deck them because they're dead against some other builds. Like, I hate like just -1ing myself against Geargia. It really is a card that I feel like punishes bad players, and it's really good to side in against just random things. Like, it covers a lot of bases. I side 2 DD Crow because I hate windups, but I don't side against windups. I side against Dark Worlds because if I get rid of Grapha, it feels good. And I like to have a hand trap, and I found that Gemini Imps was not very versatile. Like, I couldn't get rid of things. Like, I don't know, they just had other answers, and then it didn't even matter. Also for that, I run 1 Banisher because it's a monster, and I side a lot of traps. And just it's pretty good. It's good against a lot of weird things. Like, it's good against Psychics because you can attack into Witch, and it's also good against Dark Worlds. Man, I hate that matchup. I run this guy. This guy is a new tech. It's Morphing Jar number 2. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played it, but I run a low monster count. So if I set him and he dies, I don't have to do the same thing my opponent does. And you should read the card if you don't know what it does. I'm not going to explain it. but it's also awesome because it gets rid of exceeds. Exceeds don't count in that monster count. So if like somebody's gonna OTK me or something, and they go into a lot of exceeds, I have this guy set, and it's kind of like Packy, but I'm not affected by it. It kind of resets the field, puts Grapha back in the deck, puts Rabbit back in the deck, I think. Yeah, it's in the damage type, so it would. Pretty cool. And my last tech card is Cyber Dragon. I sided in most games just because I sat a lot of traps. So, it's great. Extra decks. Just going to go through it real quick. Shining, 0. Other 0, which will be Roach, I think. Stardust. I don't know if you can see it. Ghost Ray. Skiriato. Nova. Squirrel. Tornado. Cyber Chimera Tech guy. Element Hero Gaia. 1 Blade Armor. 1 Challenger. 1 Maestroke. 1 Utopia. 1 Pupil Operative. Pupil Operative is the most broke card ever. It's really great when you don't want to extend and you're afraid of that face down. You flip it, and then you're fine. Don't want to explain that much. I do want to say that I do want to put this guy in. He's decided into level 3s, and it would be really awesome to summon Tempo and then kill Zen mains. I hate Zen mains in this deck. Anyway, that's my deck profile. I'm Jeff from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Underground. Keep watching, comment, rate, subscribe. Have a good day.